Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Tony Norman. He is a boxing trainer, head coach, and so we're going to be talking about the Walsh brothers, Mikey Webber Kane and Henry Porter, and you have two MMA fighters as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that's correct. Tarek Pell and Taylor Mills.
But so should we talk about the MMA first?
Yeah, crack on. Whatever you want to go for, mate.
Should we talk about who do you want to talk about first out of them?
We could chat about both. They both train together with me. So both the lads, they only come to me just for their boxing, nothing else. They've got their head coaches, but their coach sent them to me to sort of sharpen their hands up. And I'm quite, as a boxing coach, open to the idea of training MMA fighters as well, because it spreads your wings a little bit.
Because with MMA, they have a jiu-jitsu, like a wrestling coach as well, like a boxing coach. They have all sorts of different coaches.
Yeah, it's a high demand sport. I think. I don't think it's something I'd like to compete in. Because there's a lot of things.
Are you in their corners when they fight?
No. I go to the shows to watch, but I don't do the cornering. I'm a boxing coach, so I just help them out. I warm them up before a fight.
Are you a big MMA fan?
Not really. No. I've started to become a bit more of a fan because I train the two lads, but I'm sort of a boxing purist, really.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What are their records?
Tarek, I believe, is 2-0 as a pro. Taylor is 4 wins, 1 loss as an amateur.
Oh, good stuff. So they're both doing well by the sounds of things.
Yeah, both good prospects. I mean, Tarek's got aspirations to go UFC, which he looks likely he'll get in the future. And Taylor's got aspirations to go pro as well. So, yeah, they're both really good kids.
That's what I like to hear. And, of course, going on to the boxing side, you've got Mikey Webber Kane. He is 9-0 with 1 knockout. How long have you trained him?
I've trained Mikey since he was 16 years old when he first walked into the gym. So it's quite nice to transition.
So have you been in there with him since the amateur route?
Yeah. Transitioning from amateur to pro, which is quite nice.
So he's had 9 pro fights. His debut was in 2021 against Carl Turney.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, tough fight though.
So were you happy with his debut?
Yeah, I was happy with his debut. I mean, that was just after COVID, so there weren't too many like journeymen about for someone who just turned over. So Mikey had to box at middleweight when really he's a super feather, but that's all we could find at the time. So
yeah, the guy was quite a bit bigger than him, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, Mrs. So, but Mikey just had to box and move, and
but at least he got an opponent, and he looked pretty good in there.
Yeah, that's the main thing at that stage of his career. It's just finding someone who can put him through the rounds. And
then he fought later on those years. In that year, he fought twice more against Lee Hallett and Charlie Shelton, who were 2 very tough men.
Yeah, Lee's probably, I would go as far to say, one of the toughest journeymen on the circuit.
Lee Connolly or Hallett?
Lee Hallett. I think he's one of the toughest journeymen out there.
Yeah.
Good test for anyone, he is.
Oh, yeah, he's a very good test. What about the Charlie fight?
Yeah, Charlie was good. Again, Charlie's a lot bigger. I think he's like a welterweight. So, again, Mikey had to pick and punch.
But he has to fight people that are bigger than him.
Yeah, he's not very tall, bless him. So we're giving away height a lot of the times. But
no, I mean like weight as well.
Oh yeah, weight. Yeah, because there's not too many super feather journeymen around at that weight. So
I thought he was, because on BoxRec it says he's lightweight.
Yeah. At the minute, he's been boxing at lightweight on the day weigh-in, but day before he'll do super feather.
So what weight can we? Because then he fought John Spencer in 2022. That was in Norwich, I do believe.
Yeah, at the halls in Norwich. Yeah.
So fantastic. Was he from Norwich? Is he?
Great Yarmouth, which is like 20 minutes down the road.
So pretty much, well, pretty close then.
Yeah, it's not that far. They're literally 20 minutes down the road.
And where's your gym like based?
In Great Yarmouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I've got an amateur gym I run there, and I box. Mikey and Henry train out of there, and we go over to Graham Everett's gym in Norwich to do some training as well.
Oh, that's good. And then he fought Carl Sampson. Carl Sampson always comes for a good tear up, doesn't he?
Yeah, Carl's very good boxer. That was probably one of Mikey's best performances, I'd say, because Carl really come and had a good go. He really tried to get the win there.
Yeah. And then Lee Connolly. I was at that Lee Connolly fight.
Okay.
And yeah, he fought Lee, and he did the job. Then he did very well.
Yeah, good fight. Yeah, it's just sort of Lee's quite a clever man. He likes to draw you in for a little bit of a fight. So
I do believe he's retired now.
Yes, yeah, I think he got to 99 and retired on 99.
I don't know why he didn't have that 100th, but it is what it is for him.
Something to be different, I think.
Yeah. But yes, that was the one every round. Kicked the show off with a bang that night.
Yeah, I thought he boxed really well with Lee. You can't let Lee settle because he likes to trade with you. So the plan was to hit and move, and every time Lee was ready to punch, Mikey was off on his bike.
Yeah, just executed the game plan very well, and he did very well that night. He's had 3 fights this year already.
Yes, busy.
He fought March when he beat Narvaez. I do believe that was on points. Because that was his first 6-rounder.
Yeah.
Narvaez.
Yeah, tough kid in.
But Narvaez has been around a lot for ages as well. Very tough man. Would you say he's one of the most journeymen who don't really throw as much as the other ones?
Yeah, I think he's quite negative. But I think that's probably the weight he's boxing at because I think he fought Sonny Edwards and Jamie McDonald down at flyweight. So he sort of up.
I've seen him fight loads of weight, super fly, lightweight. I've seen him bantam sometimes.
I think he gets through the rounds and he likes to earn his money. You know, it's hard because he's quite negative, but he's got half a dig on him. I think he dropped someone the other week.
Oh yeah, he did. He dropped one of the Goodwin lads the other day. Yeah, got a draw.
Yeah, which was good for him. You know, it's good for them journeymen to get a draw or win every now and then.
And then he fought Sam Melvey, who Sam likes a good fight. He comes to get the win. He can't sell enough tickets, but he comes for the win, and he fancied his chances that night. But what a brutal knockout!
Yeah. Mikey's the sort of lad when you got someone throwing at him, that's when Mikey's better because he's a good counter puncher and he's got half a dig on him. So it was.
We saw that then, didn't we?
Yeah, we had to break him down a little bit, but yeah, it was a good right hand and then followed it up with the uppercut and got the stoppage. But
that's one of his best performances that I've seen because I think he did really well and did what he needed to do. Yeah,
and it was good to get it on the Boxing Social platform because it was on TV.
It was on Fight, so I was watching that on the stream thing.
Yeah, great show.
It was, yeah. He's fought, and then he fought Daryl Tapfuma as well, who I do believe he was coming off the knockout win was Tapfuma.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he fought the week before and lost.
Oh lost on points, but won like the week before. But
brutal knockout I heard as well. I haven't seen the knockout, but I heard it.
But I heard it was very bad.
Yeah, tough lad, Daryl. I think he's a really good test for any of the.
Mate, he comes to win as well. I saw him last Saturday, and that he was in a tear up. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he'll come to win, and if you stand and trade with him, I think it
was 58-56.
Yeah, which sort of like says a lot for the journeyman. I think them scores.
I thought he might have nicked it, or a draw, But
Yeah, I haven't seen the fight. I've just I read up the report, but yeah, Daryl really comes to win. So again, Mikey didn't stand and trade with him. He just picked his shots and hit a move, and yeah, got another win under his belt.
So that pushes him on to 9-0 now. And surely, I don't know your plans with him, but would you look for a Southern Area titles sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I think he's sort of there or thereabouts now. Mikey hasn't had an extensive amateur career, so he's still kind of learning on the job. He's still young. He hasn't been boxing that long. But when the right fight comes, yeah, we'll definitely sort of, yeah, he's there or thereabouts. So
when can we see him back out?
Hopefully September, or October, he'll be boxing again.
In another 6 rounds?
Yeah, 6 or an 8 rounder. We'll see. I leave that down to his manager, Graham Everett. You know, I'm his trainer, and Graham puts forward the fights to me, and then we'll chat about it. But Graham deals with all the business side of stuff.
Of course, you've got Henry Potter as well, he is 3-0. He's also beat Tap Fuma, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah. That was a good test for Henry. I think Tap Fuma, I think that was his pro debut.
Who?
Tap Fuma, yeah.
No, it wasn't Henry's
second fight.
Third.
Yeah, no, I think it was Daryl's first or second fight.
Second, yeah, it was Daryl's second fight. Yeah.
So he really gave Henry some questions to answer, but Henry answered them, come through really well, and got the win.
Yeah, and then he's also fought Lee Devine and Fonz Alexander, who is another one of those journeymen who one of the best around.
Yeah. He wasn't with me then. I've sort of worked with him for one fight.
Have you only worked with him from the Tap Fuma one?
Just for the Tap Fuma fight, yeah. And then he's had
you only trained him for one fight?
Yeah, just one fight. I've known him for a lot of years through obviously the boxing community around here.
Yeah, that's fair. But when can we expect him back out? Because he's not been fight. His last fight was in July last year.
Henry. Yeah, he had a bit of a layoff. He's just had a baby with his partner, so he's took a bit of time out to just being a new dad, and he's got a second baby, and he's back in the gym training now. So hopefully we'll see him out late September.
Oh, so he'll get at least one more fight before the end of the year?
Yeah, 1 or 2. We're aiming for 2 fights before the end of the year. And then
is that the same with Mikey as well? Because he's had 3 already. What, another 2 or 1 more? Or
probably 2 for Mikey, maybe 3. We'll see what happens. We're ready to fight anyone really. So whenever we get the phone call, we're good to go.
That's good stuff. So roughly for Henry, how many more 4-rounders would you say for Henry before he pushes on for maybe a 6?
Say 1 or 2, then we'll push him on for 6. With Henry, he's got a really good amateur career. He was a high-level amateur, so he could be pushed on a little bit quicker. Just got to keep him in the gym and keep him training, get him fit again after.
Is that a bit annoying that they're like same sort of weight?
No, it's not a problem because obviously Henry boxes.
If they both want that area, you wouldn't want them fighting each other. So is that annoying that they might get in each other's way?
No, because Henry will box at super lightweight, and Mikey's down at super feather. So they're just sort of like one division between each other. But it's really good sparring for the pair.
Oh yeah, but it's good that you've got 2 fighters similar weights. So it's good. That they can spar.
Yeah, it's good. Healthy competition in the gym as well. So, but yeah, they're 2 championship fights. They're 2 different weights, so there's no kind of crossover with fights there.
So yeah, so you've got, and then you also help the Walsh brothers as well, don't you?
Well, I train in the same gym as them. I've been friends with them for a long time, and they're sort of like Ryan Walsh is kind of Mikey's mentor in boxing. They spar a lot.
Was Ryan the one who fought Maxi?
Yes, yeah. Ryan fought Maxi. Yeah, Ryan will be back boxing again soon. He's just finding his feet after an injury.
Do you think he'll be back up at that sort of level as well?
Not to start off with, but I think he could get back up to that level. Ryan's a really good.
So do you think he'll try and get down fight for a British or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's his aim. Win the British back because he got that taken off of him wrongly, I think.
Do you think Maxie's going to beat George Kambosos?
It's a tough one. I think he's got the tools to do it. It's whether he can deal with the pressure of fighting in America on a big, massive card.
And it's headline, his first headline.
Yeah, it's different out there.
Kambosos has done it before.
Yeah, and he's relentless, isn't he? He's just on you all the time.
Yeah.
It's a tough fight, but Maxi, make no mistake about it, he's got the tools to do it. He's tall.
Be a good fight.
Jab on him. Sorry, say it again.
They said it would be a good fight.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I don't think it's going to be a pretty fight, but I think it's an interesting one.
Yeah, that should be. What's your prediction for Crawford v Errol Spence?
I'm leaning towards Terence Crawford on that one. I think the car crash with Errol Spence, I think that might have took it out of him a little bit.
Funny enough, I was speaking to somebody. I did an interview earlier on, and they were saying the exact same thing about the crash as well.
Because it's going to take a little bit out of his body, and I think Terence has got that star factor where he can switch it on. If you watch the Sean Porter fight, where they said to him, "You're down on the cards," and he didn't question it. He said, "Oh, I'm down." He said, "Oh, no worries, I'm going to get to work." And then he went out and stopped him.
The next minute, he got him.
Yeah. That shows the caliber he's at, and he's. I think he lives the life really good.
I reckon Crawford as well. But what are you saying? Crawford knockout or points?
I'm going to go Crawford late stoppage.
Funny enough, mate, I agree with you.
Yeah, late stoppage, but we could be wrong because
it's a toss of the coin.
Very good fighter as well, yeah. But these are the fights that need to be made for boxing. The best against the best. It's a shame they do it later on in their careers and not earlier.
Yeah, they should have done it early, but at least it's finally happening. This one.
Yeah, giving the fans what they need.
It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, I believe so too.
I'm saying round 10, Crawford.
Good decision. Yeah, not bad.
I'm
going to put a tenner on it. I'll put a tenner on it, yeah? And you can have 10% of the winnings.
Yes, mate. Who do you want to win out of that? Do you have a favourite out of them two, or?
Yeah, I like Crawford personally. I like the way he goes about his business. He's very professional. He lives the life. He speaks very well.
Yeah,
I think he's a good role model for kids. Yeah, so I really like Crawford.
Same. What about AJ Dillian White? Because that got announced. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, good fight. I think that's correct fight for AJ and for Dillian White. I'm leaning towards AJ on that. I think he's I think he'll win that. But it's heavyweight boxing. One punch can change it, can't it?
Exactly, mate. One punch can change everything in that.
Yeah, and that's the sort of fight because they don't like each other. I think records kind of go out the window.
It ain't going the distance.
No, it's not going to go distance, and I don't think they're going to box how they normally box. But these are the fights that we want to see as fans, isn't it?
Exactly. It's just that Fury is not. The fight we want to see at the heavyweight is Fury Usyk, but Fury seems to be the one slowing it all down. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't really know too much about. You only see what you see on Facebook, don't you?
Because with Usyk, he's been ordered to fight Dubois now because that's his mandatory.
Yeah, and fair play to Usyk. I think he'll fight anyone, anywhere. I don't think money's a thing for him either. I think he's more not concerned. I think he's all about his legacy, and I genuinely believe he just wants to fight the best and be tested.
Exactly. Because he dominated the cruiserweights, came up to heavy, and he's pretty much conquered 2 weight divisions. If he beats Fury, then he's basically conquered not 1 but 2 weight divisions. Undisputed he's already the undisputed champion. and he did it at Cruiser as well. So he's a
Yeah.
two-weight undisputed champion, which is
Evander Holyfield Mark II.
hmm
He did the same thing, didn't he? Evander Holyfield
yeah.
come up from cruiserweight. David Hay done it as well, which is it was really good as well.
Yeah. It's good. So when Mikey's next fight, so September, would it be 6 rounds? Do we know? And do we know a date? Because I've seen Goodwin are starting to confirm September dates now. And
Yeah, we're not sure on the date because Mikey hasn't got a fixed promoter. So Steve Goodwin's very, very good man. He was kind enough to
wait, is he not signed with Goodwin?
No. He's sort of independent. So Graham Everett is his manager.
Oh,
and,
it's just I see Mikey fight most of his fights on the Goodwin show. So I assumed he was.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Steve
think
Goodwin.
Yeah, Graham, Mikey's manager, spoke to Steve and asked if we could, because Mikey can sell tickets, so he's asked if we could box on there, and he's helped us out. That's why sometimes we're on first, we're on last, because we're not a Goodwin fighter. We'll go wherever
Yeah, because you against Lee Connolly, you guys was on first, and then against Tap Fuma two weeks, I think.
Yeah.
No, 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was the last one on.
Yeah. See, it's just how boxing goes, isn't it? Look, Mikey doesn't care where
does he prefer to fight first and get it all done with, or last?
He's got no preference. He just wants to fight, really.
Sort of the main event feeling.
Nah, Mikey's just a humble lad. He's quiet. He'll sort of he'll fight anywhere, anyone. He's not fussed whether he's on first, last.
How far do you believe Mikey and Henry can go in the sport?
Personally, I think both of them could be very good domestic level fighters. If they could push on more than that, we don't know at the minute. I think that'll be the goal for them. Hit the southern area, win the southern area.
So then this time next year, would you say that at least Mikey would have a strap on his shoulder, and would you say Henry would sort of be trying to start to knock on the door for one?
Yeah, in an ideal world, Mikey would be boxing for a southern area, possibly end of the year, maybe the beginning of next year, and then Henry will be knocking on the door for one sort of middle of next year, I think.
Do you corner Ryan as well? Do you just help out Ryan in his corner as well, or?
No. That's down to Graham, his brother Liam, Michael, and Graham's son Joe. We're in the gym. Mikey spars with him, and we help out with a bit of training. But
is it good for your fighters to spar Ryan Walsh as he's been at high level?
Oh, 100%. Ryan's so good, and he's been teaching Mikey a hell of a lot. And Mikey's really come on since he's been sparring with Ryan, and then fingers crossed we'll get him in with Ryan soon.
Do you think that's improved Mikey as a fighter since he started sparring him?
Yeah. Because Ryan gives you lots of things to think about all the time, and you don't know what Ryan's turning up. He could be a boxer one day, he could be a fighter the next. He's that level that he can just switch it up in an instant. He can box south or
it's good. Is it good? So it's good having him in and around with your fighters.
Yeah, brilliant. Because Ryan will pull Mikey aside and say, look, enjoy yourself. Boxing's this, that, and share his experience.
So do you work closely with Graham, like behind the scenes?
Yeah. Graham's Mikey's manager. He's a very good friend of mine. And
who's Henry's manager?
Graham Everett.
Yeah.
Because
I thought Henry. Is Henry signed with Mervyn Turner?
Well, Mikey and Henry will both box on Mervyn's shows. So
I see sometimes Mervyn puts shows in Norwich, which they jump on because they're local lads.
Yeah, that's through Shamrock Promotion. So I sort of will always say Mervyn is Mikey's promoter. And if Mervyn's working on any shows, he'll try his best to get Mikey on. And now with Henry back training, so it'll be the same for Henry as well.
Oh, that's good, mate. And
Yeah.
anything we haven't spoke about that you wanted to talk about?
I think we've covered everything. I just want to say well done for you and your channel. That looks really good, and you ask really good questions, and you're keeping yourself busy, mate.
Wait,
Really good.
but before I let you go, what got you into being like a trainer?
It was all by accident, really. I boxed for years as an amateur, but I've had an ear injury, so I never got carded, and kind of fell out of love with it. And then a friend of mine was boxing. His coach was drunk, so he asked me to help him out one day. I helped him out, and then the next day, a couple of his mates come, and it just went on from there, really. And then built it up. I've got my own amateur club now.
What's been like your best night as a boxing coach?
Cool. I wouldn't say I've got a best night. I've got a really good year. I would say 2019 was a very good year. That was when my club was amateur, and we had a really good season in the amateurs. Yeah, we got a couple of ABA champions out of that. So that was the best season. I wouldn't say I've got one. Yeah, I haven't got one particular night that's been great. I've got the one season was really good.
That's fair enough, mate. And yes. Do you want to thank anyone who's helped you just so far in your journey as a trainer?
Yeah, I'd like to obviously thank Graham Everett for all his help, advice, and work, and then just all our sponsors in the gym that we have. They sort of contribute to the running costs of an amateur club, and yeah, all our members. It's just it's a big team effort with everyone in boxing, really.
And I'm sorry, one more thing. Have you got any amateurs who are doing well fighting for ABA in the ABAs, or?
Well, the season's finished now, so next season we'll have a good crack. Yeah, we've got some good kids coming through the gym at the minute, but we're in the Amateur Boxing Alliance, which is different to the England Boxing Start.
Have you got any amateurs that are looking to turn pro anytime soon, or not just yet?
Not at the minute, no. A lot of ours are quite young, but hopefully in the distant, in the future, we'll have a few come through the ranks. That's my aim as a coach. I'd like to be one of them coaches that brings them through from amateurs to pros, a bit like a Custamato, Brendan Ingle, that kind of thing, where it's from beginning to end.
So were those some of the coaches like you take a look at?
Yeah, I look up to them sort of coaches. Yeah, Customato's a big. I like reading his books, and Brendan Ingle with his Ingle Foundation, he's fantastic. You've got obviously Graham Everett, Dominic Ingle. I like Floyd Mayweather Senior's dad. He's a good coach.
Yeah. I do really appreciate your time, mate, and thank you for your time, and keep smashing it with Mikey, Henry, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Sam, and you do the same thing. And if you ever come to Great Yarmouth on holiday, give me a message and pop in the gym for a training session.
Oh, thank you, mate. I do appreciate it, and yeah, thank you for your time again.
No problem. Cheers, Sam. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Will do, pal. Bye.
Bye.